Hello everyone, it's me Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Spider-Man Miles Morales for PlayStation 4. But don't worry, it's basically the same exact game on both systems, but I'll get into the details of that shortly. But Spider-Man Miles Morales was developed by Insomniac Game Studios and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment and just released on November 12th of 2020 for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Now, when you first put this game in, you're looking at give or take a 20-minute plus install time. That's also including the day one patch, and you will need around 50 gigs of space to actually put this on your system. Now, as for the overall plot, without spoiling anything, this game continues on with the story from the last game, taking place 1 year after the events of the first title, where Peter ends up leaving the city to go on a vacation in Europe, leaving Miles on his own during Christmas. Naturally, a new threat emerges that's known as the terrorist group that calls themselves the Underground, and through your roughly give or take 10-hour-long adventure, Miles must stop them and other villains to save the day, along with learning new abilities. Now, a lot of people have compared this game in total length, because they say it's not a true length game, it's almost like an expansion or add-on, but it is a standalone title that's in the universe, similar to like what Lost Legacy was. So Uncharted Lost Legacy, it wasn't quite a full-fledged 30-40 hour adventure, but you can get anywhere from like up to 15, maybe even 20 hours out of this title, considering the way the game is set up. Now, as for control, if you played the last Spider-Man game, you'll be able to play this with no problem. It's still super fluid. The camera is fantastic. The control of this game is phenomenal, just like the last title. Nothing really new other than some other new moves that Miles learns compared to what Spidey-Man actually knew. Like a good example is like Miles will get Venom Blasts and also the ability to get different camouflage skills and energy blasts as well, which is different than what Spider-Man had, but you gotta mix it up a bit. Now, while playing this game, as you go through and do the different missions and side quests and everything, there are 3 different skill trees that Miles has that you want to level up to unlock new abilities. There's technically 4 categories, but only 3 skill trees. You also have stuff you can learn from your challenge skills, and those are unlocked by doing different training missions in the open world, while your combat skills, your venom skills, and your camouflage skills are unlocked whenever you level up and you get a skill point. And leveling up your character's max level in this game is set at 20, and I think there's roughly 24 to 26 moves total you can unlock, so there's no way in your first playthrough that you can actually get enough skill points to unlock every single move. Now, this is where the New Game Plus comes into play. Now, when you go for a New Game Plus, it actually increases your ability to go to level 30, allowing you to get enough skill points to actually unlock all the skills in the game, which is really kind of odd. I just don't know why they just don't have Spider-Man Miles Morales, good old Miles, set at level 30 right from the start, but it makes it to where you have to play through the game a second time, which isn't really a bad thing. It's actually quite a fun game, and playing through it a second time gets it to where you get more playtime out of the title. You unlock some new stuff. There's different outfits in the games, and hands down, the way it looks is phenomenal. Even though this is a PS4, I'm playing on a PS4 Pro. It's honestly one of the best looking and animated games I've played around, really. The first Spider-Man was great, and this one, it looks even better and plays even better than the original Spider-Man game. And that's where the discrepancies between this version and the PS5 version come into play. While getting to play this on a PS5 that someone brought over to let me play with for my review I did on it a while back, this one was a little bit, it was great, but I wouldn't say disappointing, because it seems currently, other than a couple games, most of the current launch titles for PS5 are nothing but upscaled versions of PS4 games. Now, let me explain. Now, the PS5 version of this naturally has a lot of tactile sensations you get from the DualSense controller, which I think is a bit not as well done as, like, say, Astro's Game Room or whatever it's called. This one can get kind of archaic in terms of the force feedback of everything with the pressure sensitive buttons and the rumble feature, but that's like a great addition. But really, visually, fidelity-wise, the only real difference between this title on PS4 and PS5 is the PS5 version gets God rays, better texture work with a lot of the snow aspects, and it runs at a smoother 60 frames a second frame rate. But other than that, that's kind of really the only differences between these two game versions. And I would have to say, if you were one of the lucky people to get a PS5, I can definitely recommend this as a game to play. But at the same time, you can get the same experience in playing this title on your current PS4 with not much difference in terms of visual fidelity being lowered. It's still the same exact game. There's no real additions to the PS5 version compared to this. And in the end, I can honestly say that I would actually say get the PS4 version. Really, save yourself some money. Instead of paying full price for a PS5 version, save your money if you got a PS5 and go ahead and get like Godfall or something else that is more built from the ground up for a new gen system. This game is an upscaled one. I would still recommend you definitely play it. It's a fantastic game, but just get it on the PS4 and save you a couple bucks, really. Hands down, I'm not disappointed in the price or the game length. A lot of people have complained with this, saying it's only a 10-hour game, that it's more of an expansion than it is a true sequel, and I can kind of agree with them on that, but it does have more than enough new content to it, and new story, and just the way the game world looks so much drastically different, being set during Christmas, and the new villains and everything, that it does add a lot of new playability to this title, to where it is still a fun and frantic and great playing adventure, and I do not have a problem with its price or its game length for the quality of the content that you get in this title. Hands down, I have to say Spider-Man Miles Morales is a fantastic title, and at first I was kind of upset that they were going to be coming out with it on PS4 and PS5, but after getting to play it on PS4 and 5, I can say I'm glad that I'm playing it on PS4 instead of the PS5, just because I don't really think currently this particular game really is worthy of a next-gen version. I don't think for the cost and what you're paying for the new system that it really comes off as being a next-gen title. It comes off as just being an upscaled version of this game. And in the end, for the extra bells and whistles, I mean, if you have a PS5, definitely check it out on the system. But if you were one of the people out there, the many people who were not able to get one, or you're waiting until you actually get your system in like a week from now, don't be too disheartened. You could play this on the PS4 and be just as happy. The control is fantastic. The gameplay is phenomenal. The game design is great. Miles is a fantastic evolved character. I love the new skill trees, the new boot moves and abilities that he has. I like the new villains, including the Tinkerer that they add into this. And in the end, I would have to say this is a fantastic game, and definitely go ahead and pick it up today. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching my video. Please give me a thumbs up if you're playing Miles Morales, if you like this game or not, if you think it's really truthfully better on PS5 than on PS4, other than looking slightly better visually and running at 60 frames a second. Make sure to hit the bell icon to stay updated whenever I release any new videos on my channel. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. It helps a lot. And remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.
Well, Nathan, I just want to make it clear once and for all, in case you didn't know, the devil's in the details. And idle hands at the devil's workshop. So make of that what you will.
This is Clementine, and the devil's in the details.
What up, it's Bam Margera giving a shout out to Devil Dog Gaming and the devil's in the details. Yeah, man.
Nate! Discord here. I don't know where you are, but I'm in Los Angeles, and I think you can see it in the background. On a beautiful day. So when are we all going to get back together again? Who's to say? The devil is in the details. The devil is in the details. Yes, the devil is in the details. Wouldn't you say?